I'm beginning the process of organizing my washi tape and PET tape. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm going to work on some washi tape and PET tape, primarily PET tape organization in my new space. So this is my washi tape wall right here. I had one in my last craft studio. This is put together with acrylic shelves that I picked up on Amazon. They are originally intended for like nail polish in a salon, and they work great for washi tape rolls. If you're looking for acrylic shelves for your washi tape, just double check the depth of the shelves. You need them to be at least 2 inches deep to work with most washi tape rolls. A lot of the shelves that you find on Amazon are much more shallow and the rolls won't actually nest into the shelf. So this has been working great for me. It's gotten pretty tall. We may do a quick destash. This is all organized in basically rainbow order. It's kind of coming down a little bit, but it works for me, and we're gonna leave that as is. But my PET tape over here, PET tape is like a roll of clear stickers, and I love the PET tapes from Wrong Devo and have very much been enjoying them. But even though they look really nice, they're pretty unorganized and it's hard to remember exactly what you have. And today what I want to do is do some labeling, create some samples, just be able to tell what PET tape I have. It's going to be kind of an ongoing project because I know it's going to take some time, but I thought I would bring you guys along at the beginning, kind of show you my plan, get your thoughts, and then we'll put this project together and see what we come up with. So let's dive in. I'm going to pull down some of the PET tape and we're going to start to get it organized. Okay, so I kind of feel like I will work through this one row of PET tape at a time. First thing I'm going to do, this is my hands off my PET tapes storage album from Wrong Devo. You can see I started with this a while ago. But I need to, there's so many PET tapes, you guys, so many PET tapes that we're just going to shift this over and we're going to put new rings or new discs and make this thicker. And we're going to get this organized to have samples because it's really hard to see what PET tape you have when it's rolled up. So I'd love to be able to just have a clear look at what is available on a particular roll. So that is one thing we're doing. I also have my label maker and my iPad pulled out because I never labeled all of these different PET tapes. I don't remember their names. It's hard to find. And so what I want to do is go through and we're going to see if we can kind of find the different PET tapes, label them with the correct names, label them in the album right here. And then that way I'm really clear on what I have. It's great. It's a great way to make sure that you're not buying multiples. So that's part of the plan. And then let me grab one more thing. Because I know I have some rolls where I'm going to be cutting off some stickers so that it like all fits nicely. And I'll probably have some orphan stickers. I'm going to create what I'm going to call a use it up bin, which I'm going to just put extra pieces of PET tape in here. That way I can use it up. These will be stickers I use first, and then I'll be able to go and grab for PET tape later. So it's going to be a little bit of a process. Let's just start doing this. So we're going to take off the cover. This is the Hands Off My PET Tape album from Wrong. It is a fabulous idea to get your tapes organized, and it's going to take a hot second. It's going to be a little bit of a process. I'm putting larger discs. It comes with those small silver ones that are plastic, and I just know I'm going to need more room. So we're going to start with some bigger gold disc, get that on here, and then I'm going to load all of the different pages in here. That way I can start. What I'm not sure of And we'll talk about this as I start to do my first sample. I'm not sure if I want to organize them in categories in here. That seems like the smart thing to do. Or if I just want to kind of go whatever I find, let's just go with that. So let's get the pages in and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so here is the album all put together, bigger discs. I'll probably need even more pages. That's okay. And then let me show you what I'm wondering. So for instance, let's cut this off. This is going to be in my use it up bin because I want a fresh look. And we're going to go until, oh, right here. This is going to be, yeah, we're going to have lots of use it up stickers. We're going to have like a use it up challenge. Let's go until we repeat. So we started with this one. When we see that one again, okay, this is a full strip of the PET tape right here. Okay, so here is my question. I can go and have this in here like this. It gives you kind of a sample of the PET tape and it would all be within one sleeve. Or I could cut this and have it be in multiple ones, which seems like the right thing to do to me because then I can actually see all of the stickers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take up more space, but that's going to have to be, okay. So I'm just going to roughly put this into 3 groups as it fits on here to, ooh, it doesn't want to fit in 3 perfect groups. So I'm going to have to like layer this one. That's okay. All right, so we have those that'll allow me to see that and slip those in. Ta-da! And I can see them, but now I want to have them labeled on which one this is. Let's do this one here. And we're gonna just slide it over the top. Not ideal right here, but you can still see, and that'll be fine. For the unfinished roll, or for the roll that's open, I'm going to add just a little bit of tape to keep it closed. It's something I like to do. People do different things, rubber bands, things like that. And then we want to find the name of this one. So this is the tricky part that I'm not totally sure will be easy to do. I'm just going to kind of scroll and see if it comes to me. Let's see. Is there a way to, there's 146 different ones, you guys. Oh my goodness. Let's have this be sort by. No, nope. Okay, we're just going to go for it. We're going to look for our little houses. I'm looking for the pictures and we'll see how long it takes us to find it. Okay, it didn't take that long. Market Street, that's what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and make a tag that says Market Street PET. And we're going to do that font size. We'll do it a medium. And I want to print 2 of them. Oops. Print. So for Market Street, let me just show you what I'm wanting to do. So you have this one will go, I think it should probably go up here at the top. What do you all think of that? To me, or how about on the side? That's kind of nice. Because then as you're flipping through, it could be front to back. That makes sense. And then the other one, the other label right here, I want to put inside the roll of PET tape, or the roll of PET tape, so I can see which one is labeled Market Street. So I can put it right in here. Maybe this is a little tricky to get it in here. And there. Okay, so it's labeled Market Street. It's here. Everything's labeled and I can figure out what I have. Now, here is my other question, because we have all these PET tapes and it would make sense to organize them. I'm thinking there's already these themes pulled together when you search wrong. So maybe I start with pulling those themes, which would mean this one is going to be a little bit on hold. So maybe I start by pulling all of the florals that I can find. If I click right here and we go with floral, all the florals I can find, I'll start to pull them down and see what we come up with. Some of these are listed as florals that I'm like, is that really a floral? Would I list that as a floral? Maybe I should just start organizing. Oh, it's a little bit confusing, you guys. I want to be able to organize them in a way that makes sense. Like some of these are definitely multiple things. Maybe I should start with seasonal or the smaller ones. The smallest category first, then moving up. Because these are food and drink. And then we have girls, which are big categories. But like when I click girls, it still says dark petals PET pre-cut tape. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually just organize them myself. So here's the thought process. Let's bring this back in. That makes sense. We are going to kind of organize into groups as we go. That makes sense to me. This one looks crooked, so it's going to drive me insane that it looks a little bit crooked. Okay, so if I think it kind of goes here, we'll put things that go together. If I think it doesn't match things that are already here, then we'll just put it in a new page, and we're just going to kind of organize as we go and see what happens. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you all on fast forward. I'm going to do my first row, and we'll see where we're at after that. So I am going to be completely honest with you. This is not going to be a quick organizing project. This is something that's going to take forever, which is why I feel like I've been avoiding doing any sort of swatching in my craft room for a long time. So if you don't know, creating swatches or a swatch book is a way to create samples in your craft room. Most people think of it with paints and inks, but you can do it with all kinds of things, including washi tapes and PET tapes. Think of it almost as like a lookbook, a way to just see what you have. And especially with these PET tapes, I found myself not really grabbing for them very often because I just couldn't see what was available. I could see the outside of the tape, but you can't see all the stickers, and you have to unroll it, and it begins to get a little unruly. And so it kind of was off-putting for me to use my actual PET tapes. The idea here would be that I would be able to sit down, pull out my swatch book of PET tapes, flip through, decide which PET tape I want to use, and then go find it on the wall. And that would have to take several steps, meaning I have to have everything labeled. I have to have them organized on the wall in a way that allows me to easily find it based on what I see in the book. It's going to be a process, and it's not going to be an easy process, and it's going to be a tedious process. But is it going to be worth it in the end? I really think so. If you have a part of your craft room, your craft supplies that has started to really grow. Not everyone has as many PET tapes as I have. Many of you have as many washi tapes as I have. Washi tape is one of those categories that very quickly grows. It might be pens, it might be markers, it might be sticker books. And I really hope that we're going to get to talk about some sticker book swatching, if you will, in the future. There's got to be a way to access what you're looking for instead of just accumulating. I felt really good. I did find all but one of the PET tapes that I was looking for on the website. The one that I couldn't find must be out of stock, out of print, whatever. And so I just gave it my own title, and I organized as I went, meaning I tried to group florals together. I tried to group food items together. I had some that were a little bit more lifestyle slash icon. Seasonal hasn't come up yet because a lot of times I separate my seasonal PET tapes. So that's something that's going to come in the future. I think it's going to work. I feel like because I'm going to work on this in small batches, it makes sense to organize and sort as I go instead of pulling all of the PET tapes down right now and sorting from the start. I just don't want to trash out my space. And when you're organizing over time, some of the processes that I would normally recommend of pulling everything off and sorting and that's just not going to work. And it's not going to work for everybody all the time. If you have a whole weekend, if you have several hours where you want to sit down and get this accomplished, by all means do that. But if you're working in small batches, I think sorting as you go might be the way to go. Also, because this particular book is disc bound, it's making it really easy for me to move pages around. So even after I do this kind of loose sort, if I want to go back and do a more specific sort and move things around, I will be able to do that. And I can determine my final order when it's in the swatch book. And then I can transfer that order of PET tapes up onto the wall so that I'm going to be able to find what I am looking for. This is also just a wonderful activity to do to unwind, to watch your favorite movie. I actually have the Great British Bake Off. You can see it playing in the corner of my iPad. I have that going because that's my fall jam at the moment. So it's a wonderful low-key activity that's not taking a ton of brain power, which I absolutely appreciate. And I think I'm really going to enjoy having this book at the end. For the PET tape that I did not find on the website, I ended up just giving that its own name. I just made it up, baby animals, because there are lots of baby animals. And I still think it'll be functional for me to find. I just won't be able to label it for my purposes for using it on YouTube and things like that. So that's more of a me thing, a content creator thing. I need to know the names of the supplies that I'm using so that when I demonstrate things for you all, I can refer you to the right item. But it's not really necessary. So if you don't need the exact name, if you don't need it to match what is on the website, then by all means, you can name these whatever you want. You might have fun giving them your own names after all. All right, as I was doing this, I did take a moment to count all of my rolls of PET tape, and I would love to hear how many rolls of PET tape you think I have. Pause the video, write it in the comments, take a guess, and I'll let you know in just a moment. All right, here's the one that I just couldn't find. I searched and searched. I went through. I think just some of the older ones that I have in my stash are just no longer on the website just because I've been with Wrong for a long time, and that's totally fine. All of my PET tapes that I'm working with right here are all from Wrong Devo. So for me, it makes it easier to find the names and what I'm looking for. If you have some from other brands, you may want to organize by brand, or you may just want to keep organizing by theme and the brand might not really matter. Okay, did you take a moment to guess how many PET tapes you think I have? Not counting the PET tape boxes. So all the boxes have PET tapes in them. That's a whole different story, but just individual rolls of PET tape. I think I'm somewhere near 115, 116 rolls, which is crazy. There are so many stickers on that wall. It makes me really happy. I love using them. My daughter loves using them. My niece loves using them. My sister loves using them. They're great. It's a lot of stickers though. All right, I am wrapping up with these few that I pulled down. Like I said, I pulled down one shelf. Each shelf holds 9 PET tapes. So 9 at a time. It's going to take me a little while to get this done, but I think I can enjoy the process when I take it in these little chunks. I think if I tried to do this all in one sitting, I would end up just kind of hating life. It's a long time to sit there and sort through PET tapes. So little chunks. Let me show you what it looks like all put together and just give you a little demo of how I plan to use the book. Okay, so here is where I'm at in my book. I'm trying to kind of categorize as I go, and then I thought once I have done all the PET tapes, then I can take this order and organize it up on the wall. This is nice, like getting to flip through and see some of the different things. I'm very much liking. I'm wondering if I should put strips of white cardstock in the back of here just to back up so you don't see all of the different PET tapes. So that'll be something I kind of decide. It's going to be a process. And I say this all the time in organizing, like it's really hard to organize something all at one time, especially a category as big as PET tape or washi or paints or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to continue working on this over the next few weeks, do a row at a time, not let it overwhelm me, which can really happen very easily when you're organizing. And then I will definitely check back in with you all and let you know how it's going. I think this is going to be something I very much enjoy. I've been using these PET tapes a lot more recently. And so being able to see what I have is going to be awesome. So definitely stay tuned for an update. Let's just take one more look and I'll show you how it's all going to come together. All right, this part of the organization, the visual part looks really nice, but I want to make sure that I'm able to actually use my supplies and find what I'm looking for, which is why swatching them basically is what we're going to go with. I will keep you updated. It's going to take a hot second, that's for darn sure, to get all of this swatched. And then we're going to have to start swatching some washi tape. So that will have to be a follow-up video. I'm kind of thinking swatching is going to be a big thing that I'm going to have to conquer. I've been putting it off for a long time, but I have a lot of categories in my studio that need some swatching. And I think this is going to be one of them. Let me know what you think. Is this how you would organize your PET tapes? How do you like to organize your PET tapes? Washi, I'd love to hear all of y'all's thoughts because you have such fabulous ideas and the discussions that happen in the comments are a ton of fun to dig into. So let me know what your thoughts are. I will link Wrong Wrong Devo down below. This is where I got the album, so you'll be able to check that out. And I think that's going to be it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. And I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. They are the ones that kind of got me on a swatching bandwagon. We are considering doing some like Zooms and live streams where we just swatch as a group and talk and chat. And I think it's going to be fun. So if you want to join in all of the fun things happening over on Patreon, then head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.